Hello and welcome to the update 1 of Invest 91E, a new tropical disturbance out in the eastern Pacific, following in the footsteps of Tropical Storm Alvin, which we had over this past week. It's currently with winds of 25 miles per hour and an air pressure of 1009 millibars. Now, of course, the track forecast may be very uncertain at the moment because the storm hasn't even formed yet and may not even do eventually, but a 30% chance on the storm. And looking at the sea surface temperatures, the gradient map here showing some warm temperatures down towards the area where Invest 91 is currently located, and here's the temperatures, my rendition of them here. 30 degrees quite commonly around the storm area, 29 to 30 degrees, well above the storm threshold for development. And looking at the model runs, the area inside the blue circle is the bit we're most interested in, and as you can see here, the CMC is not developing 91E but is developing a system behind it, forming into a tropical storm as far as I can see. In any case, it's a bit difficult to tell. The ECMWF forms a bit of a storm curving towards the Mexican coast with another one further behind it, and what you'll notice here is that a lot of the models are predicting two storms, or at least one behind Invest 91E. The GFS there predicting a storm behind Invest 91E and having the storm, the current disturbance, staying weak way off to the southwest there. The NavGem by the Navy over there predicting some formation towards out in the open waters of the Pacific. I think that might be Invest 91. It might be another one behind it there, as I say. The GFDL has Invest 91 off to a T there, predicting it moving towards the north, towards Mexico, perhaps as a minimal tropical storm there. And coming into the HWRF model as well, predicting a stronger storm, perhaps the most aggressive model one of all the ones shown here, predicting perhaps a strong tropical storm, but I don't see that quite at the moment. So let's look at the latest satellite imagery. Not too much to be said just yet. As you can see, perhaps a little bit of slow development going on here with Invest 91. As you can see, the brighter colours are the most strongest points of the storm at the moment, and as we see with many disturbances waxing and waning the day and night, of course, and it will probably develop a little bit more yet and perhaps deepen in pressure a little bit over the next day or so. Now let's pan out to the world. Here's the world. There's the world tropics. Invest 91 currently located just a little bit to the north of where Alvin was tracking a few days back. This imagery as of May the 23rd at 9 PM UTC. That would be 4 PM Eastern Standard Time, 5 PM Eastern Daylight Time, and Invest 91 is the only game in town at the moment. Looking at the Pacific Ocean in a whole wide shot here, the east and the western parts, it's quiet elsewhere. You can see the remnants of Alvin still trailing along over towards the central Pacific now, but that's certainly not going to form back into a storm anytime soon at all. And of course, because we've not seen a storm form yet, but we may see that in the next 2 days, we'll see how Invest 91 does, and indeed the storm behind it that the models are currently picking up on. It is quite far range, so it may not come to fruition, but as you can see, 2013 still marooned in last place as expected. It is only May, of course. 1953 is second bottom with 4 tropical storms and 2 hurricanes, and of course the East Pacific prediction scores remain unchanged with the 1 storm, 0 hurricanes and 0 major hurricanes. You can submit your own prediction on force13.com/interactive. Just click on Predictor Season 2013 and submit your numbers. And whilst the Force 13 website doesn't track the storms quite as comprehensively, at least until they develop into tropical depressions or storms, you can still track the system on the website force13.com/stormtracking.html to find all the tropical storm basins and current storms as they happen. And of course, you can find us elsewhere on the web on the social pages, Facebook and Twitter. Just search Force 13, or indeed type the addresses that you see here, we'll take you right to it.